Hi guys! I don't know how to like start this video because it's just like awkward because I haven't filmed in so long, but um hi. I know I've been gone for the last month. I didn't intentionally plan on taking this long of a break. I didn't even plan on taking a break at all. It just kind of like happened, and I just want to start off and say that I am so sorry that I haven't uploaded in I don't even know, it's been a month or over a month at this point, but I am sorry. I was gonna film this video like as a get ready with me chit chat kind of video, but honestly, I cannot focus doing those two things at once. Like I can do a get ready with me and like do my makeup and talk about things here and there, but if I'm trying to like explain a long story, it's just not realistic. I would just sit down and film right here in my little like record area. This is where I always like just sit and listen to my records. So I was like, might as well just film and sit right here. It's probably gonna be a long video, so I have my coffee right here. I just want to say like my mental health has just kind of been in the trenches, and that's kind of why I just like wasn't able to film. And like I know you guys are amazing and you guys always tell me like your mental health comes first, and seriously, you guys are like the nicest people ever, and I couldn't ask for like better supporters because you guys always are like so understanding. But at the same time, I also just feel guilty when I don't film for even if I don't film for like a week, like I miss a week or something, like I'll feel guilty. So like you can only imagine like how I feel right now. But like it went from like I'll film tomorrow, like I'm not in like the headspace to film. Tomorrow turned into a couple days turned into a week turned into 2 weeks, and here we are a month later. So like I said, it wasn't intentional. I just kind of like shut down basically. A lot has happened in the past month, but I feel like this like kind of where I've been in like this mental space has been the last 3 months. But the way that I am is I just kind of like take and take and take and take until like I literally just like shut down and I can't do it anymore. And that's kind of like where I've been this past month. Also, my car accident didn't help either. I will talk a little bit more about that later on, and I kind of mentioned it in one of my, if not the last video that I filmed, I don't even remember, but the car accident did not help my mental health at all, even begin. So I feel like this kind of all really started. My mom's 1 year anniversary of her passing was on August 27th, and shit really hit the fan on September 1st. So like that week was just like, it was just not a good week. So I was already dealing with like that, and you know, even though I tried to handle it as best as possible, it's still like a heavy feeling knowing that like it's been a year now. And like, so a couple days later on September 1st, like shit hits the fan, and like this is a big part of like my mental health, like why it took such a big toll on it. Unfortunately, I cannot talk about details about this situation, and I'm sorry. I hope you guys understand. But yes, this is a big part of the story, and of course I cannot talk about a lot of details about it, but just know this was a big thing and it really did take a huge toll on my mental health. So like September 1st, all this shit starts happening, and I am just like, what the fuck? Like I don't even know like what is gonna happen at this point. And like again, I know I'm being very vague, but I can't talk about it. All this stuff starts happening, I'm just like, fuck dude, like this is just like a lot. Like and you know, the next couple days were like not any better. Like it was just a lot of shit like coming at me all at once, and I was just like, fuck dude. I was going to Napa that weekend to go see Miley, so I was like, great, this is gonna be like a little vacation, like just to get my mind off of all the shit that is happening with the situation. Then like my mom's anniversary, like I just want to like forget about everything and just like take this little vacation. Napa itself, that whole weekend could be in a video itself. That, long story short, that was like the trip from hell. It was a trip. It was an experience, let's just say that. Once we came back from Napa, I was like, fuck. Like I was just happy to be home, and like then I had to deal with all the shit that was like going on before I had left, and it was just even worse. So like my mental health was just kind of like all over the place. And I also just want to like say really quick that like I know the last like 5 months I have been saying like I am the happiest I've ever been. I'm in a really happy place, and like that wasn't a lie. Like I am genuinely happy with like my life right now and like the people in my life. Unfortunately, I have mental illness and that still is a struggle for me, and that's something I've been trying to deal with as well, as like, how am I happy but like still struggling at the same time? So I just want to say that like I know I wasn't a lie when I was like I am the happiest I've ever been, because I really am. It's just like all this other shit is like happening at the same time. You know, we get back from Napa, whatever, like there's still stuff going on, and like every day it was like something else. Like it was just something every single fucking day, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like it was just like coming at me like every hour it was something, and like only a couple people knew like what was going on. So like I would tell them and they'd be like, dude, what the fuck, like what is even going on? And I'm like, dude, I don't even know. So again, I know I'm being very vague, but hopefully you guys understand. Just know it was taking a huge fucking shit on my life. Like September 15th comes around. It's crazy that I know like specific days, but I'm like, that's because there was so much shit going on that like I knew exactly like when everything was happening. So September 15th rolls around, and like that is when like all hell breaks loose. And like I think I filmed a video that day, and I think even in that video a lot of people were like, you look like you're like upset, and I was like going through it in that video. I was like crying off camera. You can tell that I'm like on the verge of tears that entire video. Like whenever I would like take cuts of filming, like I would be crying, and like I would be getting text messages and phone calls and emails about certain things, and I would just like be crying. And like I was still trying to film a video like at that time, and that's when I was like, dude, why are you filming when like you're literally like fucking going through it? Like you are like struggling, like even trying to get through this video, but like you're still trying. And like that's what I always do. It's like I always like will be going through something, and I'll still like film and like act like nothing's going on, but like realistically it is. For like a couple weeks go by, I'm still kind of like in this limbo situation of like what's going on, and I don't really know like what to do. And like at this point I'm just like, there's nothing I can even do about this situation. Like I just have to let it play out and just hope for the best, because like it was just a shitty situation that like I had no control over anything, and basically other people were like in control of what was going to happen. So I just kind of accepted it. I was like, you know, there's nothing I can do to make this situation better, so I just kind of have to let it play out. So that was September. September, I was just feeling like very lost, and like just in a, like the best way I can explain it is just like in this limbo of like not knowing what to do, and just kind of like everything was out of my control. So that fucking sucked. Then I was like, you know what, like thankfully October is coming through. Like I thrive in October, Halloween, like everything you guys know. And the way I had planned out like the looks that I wanted to do and stuff, like it just wasn't working out the way I wanted it to. Like I had planned to have certain looks go up on certain days, and then things like just were not getting here on time, so I had to like rush to do like other looks. And like, you know, it is what it is. It's not that big of a deal, but it was just something that was just like annoying, and like it wasn't like how I wanted it to play out. And then like the first week of October went by, and I was like, something just like feels off. Like I don't know what it is, but something just doesn't feel right about this month. So Mercury went into retrograde at the end of September, I think, and then it was all the way to like October 18th, which, my God, like I have never seen a Mercury retrograde that hard. But yeah, like the first week of October passed, and then like my friend was like, it just like doesn't feel like October, like I don't know, it's weird. And like I was like, no, like just, it's, you know, like just let it pass, like it'll start feeling like it. And then like the next week passed, and I was like, you know what, no, it doesn't feel like there's just something not right about this month. And then I was really stressed. I was having a Halloween party at my house, like I was trying to like get that everything like situated with that, and I was like stressed about that whole thing. And then finally October 15th, and like again I only know dates because I was like keeping track of like when everything was happening, and it was exactly a month from September 15th when I finally just got news about like what happened with that whole situation. And it was, I guess the best way I can say it is I was disappointed, but I was not surprised, and I'm just glad this shit is over with. I don't have to fucking deal with this shit anymore. Party was the next day, and I was like, thankfully I could just get my mind off of all this shit and just have a good time with my friends. And you know, my little party, it wasn't like a huge party, it was just like my friends for Halloween and stuff, and like we dressed up and that was fun and it was all great and dandy, and I was like, great, like, you know, that was what I really needed. Like after this whole like past month and a half, like that was exactly what I needed, and I had such a good time and like everything. I was just so happy to be with everyone that I loved, and maybe things will like start to finally like pick up and like life will just kind of like, you know, get back into the swing of things. Smack cam, life said, no bitch, you're not. I got in my car accident 2 days later, which that was probably one of the like the most traumatic experiences of my entire life. I've never been in a bad car accident like that. So I didn't really, like, I've never experienced that. I've been in car accidents, but I also was never the one driving either, and it was never that bad. So I mentioned my accident in one of my videos, but if you don't know, I did get in a car accident. I don't think I posted a picture here. I posted a picture on my Instagram. I'll put the picture of my car right here. That picture breaks my fucking heart every time I look at it. And yeah, so that accident was just like the last thing that I needed at that time. I was like, dude, like I cannot catch a break. Like it is just something all the fucking time. So, you know, the accident, very briefly, I'll talk about like what happened, but basically, I had a green light. It did not just turn green, and it was not about to turn red, or yellow or whatever. It was already green, like, for a while. I had the right of way. I was going straight. The girl was coming this way. She was gonna turn left. She had like a yield left turn where, like, you know, it's green, you know, but I had the right of way. I still don't really remember exactly what happened. But I was going through the intersection and she turned left, but I wasn't all the way through the intersection yet. So it was basically a head-on collision. Like I said, when the accident happened, in that moment, I blacked out. 1 minute I was driving, the next thing I noticed, all my airbags were out. And, you guys know I struggle with anxiety, and I had the worst panic attack I've ever had in my entire life. And that panic attack has now caused me to have like PTSD from the accident, because I, like, that whole, like, fuck, I don't even know how long, like maybe like 5 minutes of like after the accident happened, I was hyperventilating and I couldn't breathe, because when the accident happened, I was trapped in my car. I couldn't open the doors, all the airbags, and I just want to say, first of all, like, my car, I swear, saved my life. Like, there was so many airbags, and thankfully I had OnStar in my car that I didn't even realize I had. Called the cops, but thankfully I had so many airbags that, like, I think the accident would have been so much worse if I didn't. Like, and the accident happened, I was stuck, and thankfully I had 3 witnesses there. And because the cops hadn't gotten there yet, one of the witnesses actually was able to pull me out of my car because I couldn't get out. I was stuck. And because I was stuck, I started panicking, and I also had liquid all over me. I didn't know what it was from. Obviously, in that moment, I was just like, I didn't even know what was happening. I totally forgot that I had like a cup of soda in the car. So like that was the liquid that I had all over me. But like in the moment, I didn't know what it was. My car was smoking. I was trapped, and I was like, holy shit, like I'm gonna die. Like, this is how I'm gonna die right now. Like, and me, I just, like, obviously I'm overthink everything, but in that moment I was like, I'm gonna die. Like, this is it. Like, this is how I'm gonna die. My car's smoking. I have all this liquid all over me. I don't know what it is. I can't get out. So I'm like panicking. I'm like sobbing and sobbing, and it sucks because I didn't want to cry. My first instinct when I was in the accident was I grabbed my phone and I wanted to call my mom. So like that fucking sucked. But that was like my first instinct. I was like, I gotta call my mom. Obviously I couldn't, but I then called my dad, but like I didn't call him until like I was out of the car. But thankfully, like, the witness helped me out. And when I finally got out of the car, I just kind of like collapsed in the middle of the street. I could not breathe. I could not catch my breath. I was having like literally the worst panic attack I've ever had. Witnesses was like, just get up. Like, he helped me to like the side of the street to get out of the road. And I was just like, I could not catch my breath. And I called my dad, and I just told him, I called him, and I had just came from Anthony's house. This all happened so fast. Anthony lives down this, like, not far from me. So like, when I had called Anthony, it happened so fast that like he literally thought I just like forgot something at his house. And poor thing, I felt so bad because like when I called, he told me, he was like, I was like traumatized because you like just trying to hear you like not like hearing you not being able to breathe was like scary. So I called Anthony and I was just like, I could not like breathe. Like I was just like, everyone was trying to get me to calm down, and it was just so traumatic that like I thought if I didn't die from the accident, I thought I was gonna die from like passing out from not being able to breathe. And I was just like sobbing and sobbing. I couldn't talk, and like I was just like, I could not breathe. Like all I can think is like I couldn't catch any air. Like I was like shaking, and then the cops finally came, and that is a whole different fucking story. The cops were fucking mean to me. And I wasn't even the one at fault, and they were just, yeah. I think maybe like 20 minutes after, like I was able to finally like catch my breath and like calm down, but I was still like shaking. I couldn't like stop shaking, and I was just like it was awful. So I eventually like I called someone because I was like, I need to like calm down, and like I called someone that I knew that I could like calm down with, and thankfully they really helped me. Even like just talking to me for like a couple minutes, like it really helped me so much because I needed that and like in that moment. And yeah, so my car was totaled, and that was super upsetting because like at first I was like, you know, I'm just grateful to be alive, and like, you know, I was able to walk away from that accident. I wouldn't say completely unharmed. I did have some injuries. After talking to like my lawyer and the insurance company and like the people that were handling my car and all that stuff, everyone kept saying the same thing. They were like, you were the one driving this car? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, how are you fucking like walking? Like, how are you like not severely injured? And I truly like, I don't know. All I can say is I just know that like my mom and my grandma were watching over me that night, because even like after the accident, I just kept replaying like different scenarios in my head that like could have gone so much worse. Like if I had been in that intersection a little bit more, like she would have plowed into like my side of the car, and who knows what could have happened at that point. Like it's insane. And like I said, I wasn't completely not injured. I did have severe swelling on my leg. My legs were the most injured part, which I didn't understand at first, but I had like very severe swelling on my legs. My legs were completely fucking bruised. Like it was the bruises were like bad. Like I bruise really easily, so I knew it would be bruised, but like not that bad. And I had like a big cut like on my right leg. I did have a sprained wrist. My neck was kind of messed up for a couple weeks, and then I had like a big bruise like right here from my seatbelt and stuff. And thinking back now, like it could have been so much worse, you know. That's basically what happened with the accident. And ever since then, you know, I was having meetings with lawyers every single day. I was having meetings with like the insurance and stuff like over the phone. I had doctor's appointments and everything afterwards. I didn't really realize like how much stuff happens after a car accident. But yeah, my car was totaled, and you know, at first I was like, you know, it's fine, cars are replaceable. I'm just like happy. And I still am, like, I'm grateful that I like walked away pretty much like okay, for the most part. I don't know if you guys realize this, but I just bought that car. I only had it for 3 months. I never even like got to post that I bought a new car or anything. So that was like, it hurt a lot. So yeah, I barely had that car. And then yeah, like I said, I wasn't too upset about the car at first until I realized that there was a microchip shortage for cars, and now cars are just like, it's a whole thing. So that was really shitty. Didn't make things any better. But yeah, so I right now I'm going to physical therapy 3 times a week, 2 or 3 times a week, just depending on like what's going on. So that has also been taking some time away from me as well, which is like kind of what started like the when I was like, oh, I'll film tomorrow and stuff because I have physical therapy today and stuff. So that was a lot. And then I was like, fuck, like I didn't really, I was maybe, I don't know if I was like still just like had the adrenaline from the accident, but the first like couple days I was just like, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, until like the next week where I was like, oh shit, I'm not fine. I was like still kind of like struggling to walk a little bit. Like some days were better than others. And then also like keep in mind I was still going through all of this like mental health shit this past like month before. So once I got in the accident and, you know, I was like, I need to rest, I need to heal, like things. Probably the worst thing you can do to somebody who's already struggling mentally, put them on bed rest. That was probably the worst thing. Also, I was just having a lot of like PTSD from the accident itself to where I wasn't sleeping anymore. I already have a really fucked up sleeping schedule as it is. Like I was going to sleep at like 3, 4. After the accident, I wasn't either sleeping at all or I wouldn't go to sleep until like 6, 7, 7:30, 8 in the morning. So that sucked. Yeah, so after that, I was just kind of like in bed every single day. And then after that, it was kind of just like a struggle to get out of bed after. And then when I thought things couldn't get any worse, I leave because I was going to New York at the beginning of November. I already had this like trip planned, so I couldn't really do anything about it. I obviously was like, fuck, of course I got in the accident like right before I leave. So I had left to go get some stuff before we left. I think it was like maybe a couple days before I left to New York or something. I don't really remember. But I get a call from my dad and he's like, hey, I didn't want to tell you until you got home, but Gigi tore her ligament in her leg and she needs surgery. And I was in shock at first, and then like once it hit me, I like lost it. Gigi is my whole life. I can't even talk about Gigi without getting emotional. That's like my child. Like I don't care if people are like, pets aren't, like I don't care. That's like my child. So when I heard that, I just like lost it. It's when I'm like, dude, who is like manifesting the worst shit for me? Like I'm just like, I cannot, like it's literally something every fucking day. And it's still October at this point. I'm like, dude, this month I just wanted to be over with. I was over Halloween. Like I did not want to do anything for Halloween anymore. I was like, fuck this shit. Like I am over it. I'm over it. I'm over this month. Let it end, please. Like, so I was already like very upset about Gigi. So we were taking her to the vet. She had like a couple vet appointments to like figure out if she really did need surgery or not. So she had tore a ligament in her leg, and then she also needed something fixed with her kneecap. Eventually had surgery, and then like that day, I don't do well with like doctor's offices, vet appointments, like things like that. I obviously have a lot of trauma when it comes to those things. So when she was going into surgery, I was just like, I had the worst anxiety. And, you know, I was just like trying to just stay as positive as possible. You know, I know that the vets do surgeries and stuff like this all the time, but like just me and like the trauma I have with other things, obviously, my mom, I just was like, just so, I had so much anxiety, and I was just like, you know, even like finally when they called us and like the surgery went well, I was just like so relieved, but like the whole time she had the surgery, I was like about to throw up the entire day. Once we like had the surgery and stuff, they're like, yeah, like she probably won't be able to walk on her own for like 6 months. And I was like, oh my God, like, and Gigi is such a hyper dog. And like, I was just like, how are we gonna like not, like keep her from like not walking and stuff? So, the first like couple days of like her surgery, it was like very stressful, but then I was also leaving to New York, and I was like, fuck, like, so thankfully my dad was able to like take care of her and stuff while I was gone. But yeah, she like couldn't walk or anything. She had like a really big like incision. She had staples on her legs, and like that like broke my heart, like seeing that. So like dealing with all that, and then we went to New York, and that was like a nice little like vacation that I needed. Truly, I was like, I need to like just get away. And then like when I got back from New York, I don't know like what happened, but I just like my mental health was just, it plummeted. Couldn't get myself to get out of bed, and I was just like struggling. And then also like my mom's birthday was coming up, and then like Thanksgiving, which just passed, like those two things like back to back, like it was just like a lot, and it like really was taking a toll on me. And like just trying to like get through those two things, like dealing with holidays and like the holidays with like losing a loved one and stuff, like it sucks, and it kind of just hits you all at once. And I think that's kind of like what happened, was like I had been like suppressing so much for like the past like 6 months, like, you know, losing my grandma and like everything like else that was happening. And then like my mom's birthday, then Thanksgiving, it kind of just all hit me at once. And I was just like, I was like in the trenches this past week. Before Thanksgiving, I was like a mess. I couldn't get out of bed. I was crying all day long, like every single day. I was just like either on the verge of tears or just crying. I was having anxiety attacks. I was having panic attacks all day. Like it was bad. It was bad for me. And it sucks because I think I tweeted about this. I forgot exactly like what I said, but going from like, you know, I'm so grateful for all the people that I have in my life right now because they really do help me so much when it comes to like getting my mind off of things and like just kind of forgetting all the shit that's like going on in my life for like just a few hours even, like. And when I am with like those people, like I'm just so happy from like extreme highs and like being super happy and like then coming home and letting like life kind of settle in and like everything kind of hits you at once and you go from extreme highs to extreme lows. It's such a jarring feeling. And I think that was kind of like what was happening, was like that jarring feeling of going from super happy to then like back to being depressed again was like hitting me super hard. And yeah, like I said, the past like week before, it was like the week of my mom's birthday, which was November 17th, to like Thanksgiving, I was just like not okay. And like I said, I couldn't even like not cry. Like I was crying all day long. Like once Thanksgiving and stuff passed, like I've been feeling okay. Obviously, when I'm filming this right now, it's a couple days, it's Sunday. I had a really good Thanksgiving this year. It was nice. And I was super happy on Thanksgiving, so that was good. And these past couple days I've felt okay. So today's like the first day that I have felt like, okay, I can film and stuff. So I feel like I'm kind of getting back into like the swing of things. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. And that's kind of like what has happened the last like couple months. Also, like this past month, I forgot to even mention this too, my uncle, which is my mom's brother, pretty much like the only family I have left when it comes to like my mom, has been in the hospital for the past month and a half now, I think. Yeah, month and a half. So that was also like something that was taking a huge toll on me. And just like I said, it felt like it was just like life was just hitting me at like every angle. Anyways, yeah, so that's what's been going on the past couple months, specifically the last month. I think just everything kind of hit me all at once and I just kind of like shut down. And that's kind of what I do best, is I take and take and take and take and take, and then I just eventually shut down. And that's kind of like what happened. And like I said, I didn't plan on like taking a break or anything. It just kind of like happened. And yeah, again, I apologize for taking this long of a break. I kept getting like DMs saying like, are you gonna film this and this and this? And I was like, yeah, I will. And it just like never happened. Also, I know so many of you guys like look forward to like my ColourPop videos and stuff, and I swear like that doesn't help either, because I swear like you miss a couple weeks and I'm behind like 50 ColourPop collections now. Especially this past month, I felt like they were pushing out collections every hour. So yeah, that was like made me even like have more anxiety. I was like, oh my god, now I'm like 12, 15 collections behind. But yeah, I think I really needed this time to just kind of like not film and stuff too. Like it was very much needed, and I didn't even realize it until like a couple days ago. I was like, yeah, I think I really did need like that time away. And I'm feeling so much better today, and I feel happy, and I don't feel as like down in the dumps as I did like fucking last week. Wanted to kind of give you guys an update. Also, Gigi's like right here. I still have her with me at all times because she can walk now, and she's walking again, which is super good. But gee, I still have to kind of like watch her because I don't want her to like put too much weight on her leg and stuff. So I have her with me like at all times now. Anyways, like I said, I just wanted to kind of give you guys an update. I didn't want to like just come back and like film a makeup video and just be like, hey, sorry I've been gone for a month. Don't really want to explain anything. Here's this new makeup palette. So I want to kind of just like sit down and do like a chill video with you guys before I like just came back like acting like nothing happened. Hope you guys had a good holiday and were able to spend it with the people that you love. I know the holidays are hard for a lot of people, so I get it. I understand. and I hope that you guys are all doing okay. And yeah, I'm excited to film some makeup videos, so I will be back to normal videos soon. I'm behind on a lot of collections, so if you guys have like a specific collection that you guys want me to film with or anything, let me know. I'm sure ColourPop will probably come out with something new by the time I even upload this video, so I'll probably film something. I don't know. Guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys for sticking with me through this little break that I had. I appreciate and love you guys so much. So I don't ever take this as a job for granted, which is why like I felt so guilty like not filming for so long. But yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.